Hey, what's up everybody? Back at you with another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing this stuff here. This is from Thousand Hills Farms and let's see, Thousand Hills Lifetime at grazed.com. I have no affiliation with these brands. I'm just giving you this review. You know, support your farmers, support these good regenerative foods. So let's crack these open and let's see what we got in here. Let's see. I'll be giving feedback on the packaging and overall quality of the goods. And yeah, we won't be cooking up any of this because I usually eat this honestly all the time. So if you want to see what this looks like when it's cooked or uncooked, go check out my other videos on my channel. So let's see, we got something in here. Overall, the packaging looks pretty good. You know, this is no really wasteful materials. Looks like recyclable cardboard, so all this can go straight into recycling. No plastic. So pretty legit, actually, packaging. So we'll pull some of this out. And then here at the bottom, it looks like we got a bunch of dry ice, and that dry ice, that's still plenty ice in there. So yeah, came nice and cold. And I got 3 boxes here, so we'll just crack all these open, get all the goods out, and see what we got here. Yeah, I mean, this is one of my favorite places to order from because the quality is just so good, and it's very affordable compared to other brands, and they offer free shipping after, I think it's like $2.50. Check out all these steaks, guys. This is like, you know, for a carnivore, this is like heaven right here. You see all those steaks? Those look good, guys. So we got a bunch of steaks in here, and let's see what we got in here. Looks like today I got mostly steaks and ground beef. That's a big part of my diet. So yeah, let's get it all out on the table. Sometimes we got an empty box like this just for shipping so that stuff doesn't move around. You can see everything came nice and cold. Everything's like frosty on the inside there. So tons and tons of ground beef. This is what I normally eat, and plenty of fat on here. I like to go for the highest fat ground beef that I can. You know, 70-30 is kind of pushing it for me. I like the 80-20. 70-30 is good. But what I find is that, you know, if you cook it at all, if you make cooked patties, you know, eating it raw is one thing, but if I have too much raw fat, it kind of coats my mouth and it leaves this like, you know, congealed fat on my mouth. I don't like that as much. So I go for the 80-20 for eating it raw. Also for cooking, the 70-30 tends to like render down too much. So you end up with a much smaller patty because all that fat kind of melts out. This is what I take here. So they got 2 options for 80-20. They got these organic, and they also have a non-organic. But essentially they're the same. I talked to them. This goes for about $8 a pound when you buy a case. I think it comes in a case of 12. And then I think it's like $6.99 for the non-organic. So I always go for the organic, but you know, the non-organic is also 100% grass-fed. This is the good stuff, you guys. So make sure you check these guys out. Thousand Hills. All right. So yeah, that looks pretty good. 80-20. And I got a lot of this 80-20 meat, so I'm not really going to go into too much detail. We'll just take a couple ribeyes and just kind of look at them. You know, like here's a good kind of measure. Sometimes the ribeyes end up looking like this, which is like really, like, you know, not very marbled, right? Like there's not a whole lot of fat in there. And then sometimes they end up looking like this, which this looks a lot better. You guys, you see all that marbling in there? These are, I believe these are 8-ounce steaks. Yeah, so these are 8 ounce, so 2 of them in a pound. It works out to $30 a pound for these, which isn't horrible, right? Because of free shipping and all that. But yeah, I mean, it's a decent deal. I tend to get my steaks from other places, but you know, the Thousand Hills are nice. They're about 1.5 inch thick, so they cook really fast. So I tend to cook them straight from frozen. So we got a big case of steaks here, and then these 2 packs. Let's see what we got in here. Where'd my blade go? There we go. All right, so we got a bunch of ground meat, and in here we got some tallow. So when I don't render down my own suet, I tend to cook with this tallow here, and this is very economical. I think I got a case of this stuff for I think it was like 30 bucks. I think a case comes with 6 of these, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's just like, you know, nice golden tallow. I like to look on the back here, make sure there's no trans fat. So that's like a big deal for me, is like making sure there's no trans fat. Sometimes you'll get tallow and you'll see there's trans fat in there. I believe that comes from like overcooking it, like if you cook it at too high of a heat. So when you cook it at a lower temperature, you don't introduce those trans fats and stuff like that. So premium cooking tallow, I tend to cook all my food in there if I'm not rendering down my own suet. It's just a convenience thing, guys. It takes a little while to render down the suet, but when you're cooking with tallow, it renders pretty quick, so you don't have to worry about that. And yeah, that's it. So I got a case, I think it was like $31, 6 tallows, which is pretty nice. And then I got 2 cases of the ground beef, plenty cold. Packaging from them is really good, like I said. So yeah, this is what I eat, and I definitely recommend ordering from them. We'll be doing more reviews like this, and you know, I'll probably be cooking stuff here and there, or sampling the foods. But like I said, check out my other video, because I eat this every day. This is like a staple for me, is this right here, eating this stuff raw. I've never had a problem with them raw. Never had a problem with anybody that I've ordered from raw. But yeah, thanks for looking at the video, and like and subscribe. Peace.